This is Neil. He is now living on the street. 3 months ago, he lived in a nice flat in Thamesmead. Then he was kicked out by his roommate, who moved in Neil's flat some time ago. Fortunately, Neil finds a place where he can be accommodated for the winter. There are government programs that can help him. But where did homeless people spend the winter before the introduction of the welfare state? In order to answer this question, we'll look back into history. Marx and Engels help us understand that due to the demise of feudalism, there was a big influx of people to cities. With the development of capitalism in the 18th century, homelessness became a big problem, especially in big cities such as London.
The Foundling Hospital addressed this exact problem. But what is the Foundling Hospital? This is a place where our group was sent, so it's Farms Field, and it was founded in 1739 by the philanthropic sea captain Thomas Coram. It was a children's home and it was established for the education and maintenance of exposed and deserted young children. In 1756, the governor of the hospital approached Parliament for much needed funds. The government agreed to provide them on the condition that the hospital would accept all children that were presented to it. However, the mortality rate of the children rose alarmingly as a result of this policy. Thus, this practice, along with the funds, was stopped in 1760.
This abstract of the Foundling Hospital's history made us ask, how should governments and charities work in order to ensure the greatest happiness for the greatest number? Obviously, the state's intervention in 1756 was not the right way. The welfare state is one method through which the state guarantees this principle. According to Marx Steers, it has a double function. In the short term, it provided social justice in terms of reallocation of resources. In the long run, it provides social cohesion in our society. The 2002 Homelessness Act illustrates how the state attempts to fulfill this principle. This act sets 5 hurdles for homelessness. If a person can overcome 3 of them, then they are eligible for public accommodation. When someone is found homeless, authorities are encouraged to take steps to relieve them. Nevertheless, the duty to secure accommodation under the homelessness legislation is not out. How can the state then help people who found themselves on the street unexpectedly?
To answer this question, we have asked Neil whether he approves the government programs or not. His answer was that the government did not help him so far. Although the state cannot really help such people, there are other ways through which society can assist them. In London, there are shelters for people on the street. Those are places that provide them with accommodation for a period until they stay back on their feet. However, these shelters are not funded by the state, but by charities and private donors, by benefactors such as Thomas Coram in the 18th century. This is a really clear example about how governments and state can cooperate together in order to face big social problems.
In contrast to 1756, this time the state and charities don't hinder their work. Yet we believe that there is still a long way to go until they are both able to quickly address emerging problems. This is all the more true since Brexit. John Lowe considers that charities have a crucial role to play in the government Brexit strategy and that a real partnership is needed between the government and them in order to grasp the opportunity, as he says. Carl Weidling too believes that Brexit should force charities to question themselves. Since they didn't see that coming, can we consider that charities are a good representation for homeless people? Progress have indeed been made, but Brexit, by being a rejection of this metropolitan government elite, seems to show the limits of government but also of charities.